Hello, my name is Raluca and I'm a first-year student here at UTD. I'm double majoring in biology and healthcare management. This is my story. I was born in Romania, a small country in Eastern Europe. Though I lived most of my life here in the States, in either California or Texas. Before I came to call Plano, Texas my home, I used to live in Midland, Texas, a small city in West Texas. I used to be a shy girl, and growing up, I struggled to fit in, especially among school cliques and stereotypes. I struggled fitting into one group, finding one singular passion, or really just being one type of person. I hope I can explain that by the end of this video. I have always loved the sciences. My desire to make a difference in the world, put together with my interest in mathematics and biology, is a major reason why I want to go into medical school. Volunteering at hospitals and in the community has shown how important it is to really help others. Academics-wise, I'm very much a stub girl. This gave me some trouble when I was younger, as there were few girls who actually liked math and science, as only the boys seemed really good at it, especially at the school that I previously went to in Midland, Texas. And I seemed to break that concept that only boys were good at math and science. That was already like a stereotype in my classmates' minds. Instead of listening to what I heard from my friends about how being good at math and science was weird and studying so much was really a waste of my time, I pushed myself to do better and to better myself. I participated in math competitions and took math and science courses outside of school in order to grow my abilities. And I carried this perseverance with me here to Plano, Texas, which is now my home. Even though I pushed myself to grow in math and science, I decided to grow as a whole, not just in a specific area of study. I participated in French competitions and took all advanced placement courses my 11th and 12th grade year. Everyone who knew what I was doing told me that I was pushing myself too hard. I heard this from my advisor, my friends, and sometimes even my family. But I had a dream, a passion, a desire to better myself. And if that meant taking a risk, then the risk was well worth taking. Even to this day, I push myself with the amount of course load I take. For instance, this semester, I'm taking 16 credit hours here at UTD and another 7 at Collin. But breaking one stereotype is not enough. I have heard recently from those around me that people studying science and math are not creative. Since 7th grade, I've had a pastime of writing novels. This year, I plan on publishing my first urban fantasy novel, hopefully during spring break actually. Now, if an urban fantasy novel is not a form of creative expression, then I'm afraid I'm not quite sure what that word means. I've always been an avid reader, and to finally get a chance to publish a novel not only is one of the largest risks I will ever take, as having people critique your work is a very difficult thing to do, but it's also a dream come true. I'm also an ice skater, a pianist, and a singer, all of which demonstrate a certain degree of creativity. Still, only looking at these angles, I haven't addressed the largest stereotype and obstacle that has impacted my personal world. This stereotype that I'm referring to is that smart and intelligent people also means that they are shy and socially awkward. The internet portrays a nerd as being clumsy, not too attractive, and very much introverted. Society had already decided what kind of personality I was to have because I chose to be studious. And for the longest time, I believed I was shy, though I wanted nothing more than to connect with those around me. I was letting society redefine who I was, instead of perhaps looking to redefine society, which is what I should have been doing. And I realize that now. Especially in my later high school career, I began to open up more as I found my niche and current friend group. I opened up through volunteering at hospitals and as an ambassador at the DFW airport. One of the biggest risks I have taken, however, to face this fear of mine at a completely different level took place last November when I participated in my first ever beauty pageant. Through this experience, I learned how to walk a stage, a runway in particular, keep an audience attention on me, and interact with a set of judges and a large group of people without even saying a word, really. I participated in panel interviews that helped me develop professional communication skills, and for once in my life, I had a crowd place their full attention solely on me, and I did not mind being in the center of attention. It was actually a really fun experience. The notion of being the center of attention beforehand had seemed to frighten me, and that weekend I was able to overcome my fears and cut free of that influence the particular stereotype had on me. The risk I took by getting on stage reminded me why it was so important to be brave, not just on the academic front in the school environment. My uniqueness lies in my initiative of taking risks, facing stereotypes and proving them wrong, and putting myself outside of my own comfort zone so that I may grow as an individual. I don't have to be just one type of person. And what I mean by that is that I can be a scientist, a mathematician, a French language enthusiast, an author, a pianist, a singer, an ice skater, a volunteer, a pageant girl, and so much more. And hopefully through my endeavors, others around me, family, friends, or even complete strangers decide to get on their feet and do their best to grow as well. I hope they realize that they don't have to be just one type of person either. They don't have to fit in and therefore limit themselves in their potential. I hope to become a motivation, a success story, and not just another body in this world. I want to be a role model, and maybe, just maybe, this next ambition of mine to become a public figure that leads by example will succeed as well. Thank you for listening.